Referees for this match. First referee is Mr. Lumer Pajarillo, national referee. And our second referee is Mr. Jet Ronil Paredes, national referee. And now let's meet the starters for your Vanguard Valley Hitters. Let's start with their team captain, setter number 9, Giancarlo De Suyo. Opposite hitter number 1, Shar Tolentino. Middle blocker number 3, Jobs Kamaganakan. Outside hitter number 19, John Daniel Diwa. Outside hitter number 16, Clark Fernandez. Middle blocker number 24, Vince Abrot. And their starting libero is number 8, Rek Alfaro. Their head coach is Mr. Edget Mabayan. Introducing the starters for your Signal HD Spikers. Let's start with their team captain, outside hitter number 8, Isay Marasigan. Setter number 4, Peter Torres. Opposite hitter number 7, JP Bugawan. Middle blocker number 10, Wendell Miguel. Middle blocker number 15, Mark Espejo. Outside hitter number 18, EJ Casanya. And their starting libero is number 13, Manuel Sumanggit III. Their head coach is Mr. Dexter Clamor.
Take a look at the starters for the Vanguard Volley hitters. You have Palisok, Kamaganakan, Diwa, De Suyo, Abrot, Fernandez, and Alfaro. Meanwhile, we look at the Signal HD Spikers on the other side of things. Bugawan, Espejo, Casanya, Torres, Miguel Marasigan, and Sumanggit the third as their libero. And we welcome you all to our coverage live on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco alongside Ivy Remulla calling this match. And of course, our segment host, our courtside reporter, Doreen Suwaybagi, will give us the updates and reports later on. But Ivy, we've talked about it at the top of the coverage. Two contrasting teams. Signal find themselves at the top right now, comfortably, undefeated so far. What has impressed you so far with how Signal has been playing here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference?
You know, I think Signal has really, the gel or the mix is really good. You know, they've been very efficient together. And I think it's safe to say because majority of the players in this team have been playing with each other for quite a while, you know, in the past season. So I think that worked to their advantage.
This is a team that actually made the finals last time out, last year, when Spikers Turf returned. Unfortunately, ended up as the second place. But right now, they're looking more confident, looking more composed as a team. Meanwhile, to namang Vanguard, na-mention natin, 1-6 so far in the tournament. And right now, what they're looking at is hopefully to pull off an upset against Signal.
Of course, and if, you know, I think they did their homework well. Of course, that's not impossible, you know, on the side of Signal. Signal is a really very strong team, and you can really say that chemistry talaga is there. No, but, of course, any team is unbeatable.
Right, that's right. EJ Casanya sends that service long, and Vanguard gets their first point of the match. Diwa will serve. And he returns the favor by sending that out as well. So 2 serving 1 here in set number 1. And we thank you once again for joining us on One Sports Plus on a Sunday afternoon. That is a point for Vanguard. That was Clark Fernandez getting the hit. Kamaganakan will now serve for Vanguard. So that's 2 service errors early on for Vanguard.
And that can be costly, you know. And at this point, of course, the last thing that you would want is that you're playing catch-up with Signal.
JP Bugawan serving for Signal. Last time out had 13 points. Something's up with the service of these two teams early on, Ivy.
Well, they're probably just getting warmed up here today. This is the first game, of course, in the Sunday afternoon.
Right. Another service error, this time from Vanguard. We are waiting for the streak to end as Isay Marasigan will try to get the service in for Signal.
So there's something up with the serves today.
I'm actually out of words, Ivy. Medyo speechless ako. Parang
I think even the players in the court are just, you know, they...
parang feeling ko kasing parang lutang ako kagaya ng paglutang ng bola sa service eh.
Oh, better one this time.
Finally. And an attack from Wendell Miguel, the dig there.
Good save there from Kamag-anakan.
Ooh. But nobody there to send the ball to the other side. And Signal will get the lead 5-4 here in set number 1. Wendell Miguel, we talked about him pre-game as the best supporting spiker for Signal, is playing his role well. What a dig by Sumanggid. Here comes the pipe attack. And that works for Wendell Miguel.
That pipe attack just too strong here for Vanguard.
He continues to serve for Signal. Six serving for here in set number 1. And it's an error for Wendell Miguel to give Vanguard, or to put Vanguard just behind by 1 point.
That's the 4th service error in the side of Signal.
Vince Abrot with a serve. Here comes Espejo. Sent back. Marasigan will set up Espejo, and this time it drops. Espejo with the full wind-up, and nothing Vanguard could do there to save the ball.
You can just see the reach of Mark Espejo.
Peter Torres now serving. That was sent over Casania. Espejo was the one who got the touch. It's back with Vanguard. The attack is short for Tolentino. So we reached the first technical timeout with Signal ahead by 3 points, 8-5. We'll be back here on One Sports Plus.
Wendell Miguel is playing at a higher level than he did back in his college days in UP. And Wendell says is that a huge factor for this ay marami daw siyang natututunang bago sa mga teammates niya sa Signal. And that's not just skills-wise, it's also attitude-wise. An example for this ay si Mark Espejo na sabi ni Wendell ay nag-share daw sa kanya palagi ng mga natututunan niya from his overseas stint. Compared to how he was in college, Wendell says that he's so much more confident now, not just in volleyball but in life, at nadadala niya yan in managing his time as a professional volleyball player and a full-time government employee at the same time. Your thoughts, guys?
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, Wendell Miguel is the best supporting spiker, but even outside the court, right? Some of these players, they also have those jobs that, of course, ginagawa rin nila aside from playing volleyball. And of course, that's something to admire.
Of course. It's not easy. That's right. It's not easy na you have your day job and then you still play professionally. So there's really a lot on your plate.
Bugawan rejects that one, and it's back to a 4-point lead for Signal. Well, 4 out of the 6 points of Vanguard coming from the service errors of Signal. And this time, Casania sends it in. Almost an ace, and it's a free ball given up.
Oh, but the net violation error to be called up against Signal. Lucky break here for Vanguard.
Vanguard was scrambling to save that ball, but Bugawan ended up touching the net. And it gives Vanguard another point. Diwa with the serve. Casania. Buti na itawid for Signal. Vanguard will attack, and that will drop. Joves Kamag-anakan getting that one through. He was the second leading scorer for Vanguard in that game against Navy. But this time, a better connection between Casania and Bugawan. Espejo now heads to the service line. 11-8 is the score.
Oh, what a serve from Espejo.
Sabi ni Mark, this is how you do it, guys. Hinihintay lang niya yung rotation.
Oh, yung turn niya, right. Well, you all know that Mark Espejo is really one of a very strong server.
Yeah.
He's in fact the #1 server in the league right now, and that's exactly the reason why.
This time it's picked up by Vanguard, but it leads to an easy pickup for Signal, and that ends the attack from JP Bugawan.
Good connection from Casania and Bugawan.
So that middle connection between him and Bugawan can be dangerous.
Yeah, they're basically not giving the opponents any time to reorganize themselves in the defense.
It's back with Vanguard. Pipe attack is rejected. And I think what's making it hard for Vanguard to set up anything is the powerful serves of Mark Espejo, right, Ivy?
That's right. And that time, straight into the net for Abrot.
Decision into the timeout of
para at least
Vanguard.
mas madali kang makapaglaglag left, right, left. Okay. Tapos, back row may pumapalo. Coverage lang tayo. Tagayin nyo lang. May bablock talaga yan. Alam nyo naman, veterano rin yung team na yan. So, kailangan lang nating sipagan pa. Huwag nating bitawan yan, ha. Tapos lang, kaya na. Go, go, go.
Coach Edget Mabayad just reiterating a couple of instructions for his team. Right now, the problem seems to be the reception here in the serves of Mark Espejo, who is, as you mentioned, Ivy, #1 in service lang naman ito si Mark Espejo.
That's exactly why.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep racking up the points with Espejo at the service line. They haven't had answers for it.
A little hesitation there on the side of Vanguard. I think he wasn't sure if he should let it go or not.
And Espejo is the one to give the point away. with that service error. Casania. Back sets to Marasigan, and they score that point. And we reach the second technical timeout. This was the play right here. Casania back sets to Isay Marasigan, and the captain delivers to send us to the second technical timeout, 16-9 in favor of Signal. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, it's the Signal HC Spikers ahead by 7 points over the Vanguard Volley Hitters. Bugawan will serve. That's going to be an overreach called on Isay Marasigan.
3-point goes to Vanguard, but they're down by 6.
I think more than half of the points of Vanguard are
Errors,
from the
yeah.
errors
of Signal, that's right.
And a classic hit by Peter Torres, getting his first touch. And it's through for Signal. Marasigan back at the service line, 17-10. Vanguard looking to end that run, but it's outside.
Again, Vanguard having trouble with their attack, but I think they're bothered by the blocking of Signal. Obviously, they're trying to avoid, the blockers.
Villegas has to do, or has to make changes.
Another service error, another 3-point for Vanguard. It's a 6th service error for Signal.
(11 serving 18). Casania goes back row, but it's outside.
Oh. There's a violation on the side of Vanguard. That could have been their point already.
So the lead is slowly increasing for Signal and has ballooned to 8 points. So far, Coach Dex has yet to make a change on the Signal side. This time, Vanguard able to get a point in. That was Vince Abrot. The rare clean attacks that they've had so far in this match.
Well, they've had very few attack attempts, and a lot so far. If they have more errors out of their attacks than the points that they give. And speaking of errors, another service error on the side of Vanguard is the 5th service error on the side.
8-point lead for the HC Spikers. It's 20-12. With Torres serving. Desuyo sends it to the left side, and it drops for Kamag-Anakan. But Desuyo will be the one to serve for Vanguard. Over-received by Sumanggid. A chance here for Vanguard, but blocked by Bugawan. And then he goes to set up Kasanya, but unable to connect.
That was outside. I think Asano was also surprised with that set.
I mean, if you have a lead like this one, and you're playing comfortably, you're having fun, there's more room to experiment
that's
and
right.
just, I guess, try something new, right?
Well, that turned out well for Signal anyway, so...
Mukhang may green light din naman from Coach Dexter.
Right. Oh, good spike there from Kamag-Anakan, hitting that corner.
Well, seems like Jobs Kamag-Anakan has been the lone bright spot in terms of attacking so far for Vanguard. Abrot also has contributed a couple of points. Kasanya able to adjust, avoid the net, and send it to Mark Espejo.
Very clean attack from Espejo.
Lead is back up to 8 points for the HD Spikers. And remember, when Espejo was at the service line, was able to string in a consecutive points for Signal. This time going for the safe serve. Back row attack is popped up by Sumanggid, and it's kept alive. Great effort for Signal. What will Vanguard do? They go back. Sumanggid sets up Espejo for the kill. Wow.
Excellent pipe attack from Espejo.
And Vanguard probably thinking, what do we need to do to get the ball down?
Espejo's attacker really just too fast. That's already a slow-mo that we're watching it. The ball is still traveling very fast on your screens.
I feel like they will call a challenge itong Vanguard. Both coaches are just having fun right now also. There's that mutual respect. I'm sure Coach Ejit Mabayad will just try his luck and see if meron bang fault doon.
Yeah, I think, were they calling for stepping violation, attack line fault?
Medyo malayo.
Malayo, very safe. Well, you gotta try, you know.
Wala naman mawawala
That's right.
except one challenge.
One challenge, yeah. But at this point, I think, you know, I think Coach Ejit was thinking na, yeah, I can use up one challenge here.
And sort of break, I guess, whatever momentum Signal has, at least delay the game a bit. But right now, they just need 2 points to take the opening set. Espejo continues to serve. I guess that they also got what they wanted with that challenge. Able to break Espejo's serve. Kamag-Anakan serving. And again, sending it short.
Sixth service error for Vanguard.
Wow. That's a lot of errors on the part of the volley hitters, which is why Signal is now at set point. It's Bugawan serving 24-15. JP sends it in. Isuyo back sets it.
An error called up against Miguel. Net violation error.
That was Tolentino who went for the attack. And this time he will be the one to serve. 16 serving 24. Good serve. Kept alive by Signal. Chance here for Vanguard. Desuyo. And that is denied by the HD Spikers as they take the opening set with a 9-point lead over the volley hitters. Not allowing Fernandez to get that attack through was Peter Torres. And set one goes to Signal. 25-16. We'll be back with set number 2 here on One Sports. back here on One Sports Plus, you're still watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Set 1 highlights. We'll review them in just a bit, but Ivy, it seemed like a comfortable win. Signal, they were trying all sorts of things. We saw Bugawan experiment. Pero yung errors, I feel like those were the biggest factors in that set number 1.
That's right. Well, it's safe to say, both of these teams has committed their fair share of errors. The difference is that Signal managed to, make up for the errors that they have committed at the service line, or be it at unforced errors at the net.
Right.
Well, Vanguard, they commit these errors, but they're not able to make opportunities for themselves to make up for it. So as we see the numbers, in terms of attacks, surprisingly, not really far off. Each Signal just up by 2 more attack points. The blocking and the service, we only see 2 points each, but that actually made it very difficult for Vanguard in set number 1. So as I think you've noticed, Vanguard was a little bit more careful and hesitant when it comes to their attacks, because they know that Signal is a very good defender at the net. And the services of Signal, those that went in anyway, well, also made it difficult for them to give a good first ball.
So Signal getting across the board, getting blocks, service aces. They didn't need to score a lot in terms of attacking, as you mentioned, because of the number of errors for Vanguard. But it was how they managed themselves, talking about the HD Spikers, despite also committing a number of errors. So let's see how set 2 will fare. Hopefully less errors for both teams.
And as you've said it, well, maybe not just quite.
Erase mo na yun. Replay natin after that. Set number 2 underway. Dip Dipianco alongside Ivy Remulia calling this match, and Doreen Suway Baguio, of course, giving us the reports from the sidelines. Espejo. It's another error for Vanguard.
Espejo quick to apologize there.
So, same as how we started set number 1. 1-all. The dive there by Sumanggid. They send it to Marasigan. That is outside. Medyo may halong gigil. A good effort though for Sumanggid. Kamag-anakan will serve for Vanguard. He's got 3 points on 3 attacks. The one-hand set to Miguel. That doesn't go over. So a better start here for the volley hitters. Kamag-anakan will serve for Vanguard. Better first ball, Casania.
Oh, that was unfortunate on the side of the volley hitters.
Not sure if Bugawan actually got a touch. Possibly the slightest of touches. Pero nalito na rin yung Vanguard.
Yeah, I think there was a very, very slight touch and pushed it just a bit over the net.
Tesuyo back sets. It's back with Vanguard. They go to Abrot, and that works.
We haven't seen much of these combination attacks on the side of volley hitters. You can see the difference that all the 3 blockers of Signal have at least 1 attacker to be committed to. We haven't seen that kind of in sequence in set number 1.
Vanguard able to get another point with that double contact. I was going to ask, actually, Ivy, you mentioned, is that something that they can do here in set number 2? Do more combination attacks that can help them score more points?
Yes, definitely.
In set number 1, parang nahirapan sila to get something.
Sila eh. And actually, it got easier for Signal because Vanguard was not able to create these opportunities for themselves. And Signal recognized that. Medyo struggle sila sa kanilang first ball, nag-struggle sila sa kanilang receive.
Right.
And they've also been struggling also even at the defense at the net.
Speaking of defense at the net, Marasigan able to break the block. They're still behind by 2 points here in set number 2, 3 serving 5. There was a change in setters, by the way, for Signal, as Asia is now in the game. And he replaced EJ Casanya. So another point for Signal, cuts the lead down to 1 point. Abrot, joust or battle at the net, won by Signal.
A lot of unforced errors happening on the side of the volley hitters. I mean, they're doing better at the service line, but these net violation errors, we've seen a couple already here just in this set.
And unfortunate for them, which they actually had a good start.
Yeah.
They were ahead by 2 points, but now it's tied. They're able to get it right back with the attack from Opay.
That's a good clean attack. Also shows at the right angle away from the two blockers in front of him.
Asia chooses Miguel, and Miguel able to score off the block. Oh, you mentioned yung efficiency ni Wendell Miguel, no, 50%. He's showing us that efficiency so far in this match. 6-all is the score. De Suyo gives it to Abrot. Popped up by Miguel. This is going to be a free ball for Vanguard. De Suyo back sets to that running spike by Diwa. It's still good, says the officials. Long rally. We have possibly the longest so far in this match, and that ends with a rejection by Diwa.
And the resiliency of the volley hitters paid off with that point. Talagang minsan kailangan sinatsaga lang talaga eh. Both of these teams displayed very good defense in that sequence. And what the Vanguard really needs is more aggressiveness at the net, especially with their blocking.
2 points so far for Abrot. Good serve. Asia gives it to the middle. But Torres is blocked. And we reach the first technical timeout. It's Vanguard volley hitters turning things around here in set number 2. They're ahead by 2 points after that rejection back-to-back for Diwa, and we will be back after the short break.
Dip and Ivy, it's admirable how Razel Palisok is playing for Vanguard right now when his mind is full of worry for his sister who was rushed to the hospital just last night. Nakwento nga ni Razel na last game versus Navy pa raw, lumilipad na ang isip niya with worry for his sister who couldn't walk or eat properly already at that time. However, he says na andito na siya and he wants to see this game through, lalo na idol niya si Mark at si Peter Torres before he travels all the way to Pangasinan right after this game to see his sister. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. It's more than just a game here, Ivy. These are stories that are, happening right outside the court. But for Palisok, yun nga, you heard from that report of Doreen that he wants to be here because he loves playing volleyball. At the same time, he wants to face his idols on the court.
And I'm sure that he is here right now playing for his sister as well.
We hope that everything is well and Palisok's sister will be fine. Especially after this game. It's tied. A while ago, it was Vanguard ahead by 2 points.
So that's a second service error for Signal in this set. They had 7 in set number 1. Talking about service errors.
We are tied once again at 9-all after that service error. Asia will serve for Signal. Suyu goes middle. And that works for the HC Spikers. That was way short for Diwa. Then serving 9 here in set number 2.
Oh, not the best of first balls.
Ooh. Almost a point actually for Vanguard. And a chance for them, pero binigyan lang ng regalo. Ito si Marasigan.
A little unfortunate. That was a free ball.
Asia continues to serve. Better receive here for Kamag-Anakan. Palisok will give up a free ball. Bugawan ready to attack and ready to score. So since that technical timeout, Signal has outscored Vanguard 6-1. And this prompts Coach Ejet to call for time.
Bantay mo yung tao mo. Okay? Russell, push lang. Pasi mo kasi bibigay mo ng magat. Wala namang problema, di ba? Dahan-dahanin lang natin. Taas mo lang dito sa gitna. Di mo kailangan madalin. Di mo kailangan tumawid. Chance full natin.
Coach Ejet telling his players not to rush in executing their plays.
Coach Ejet, you know, he's pretty calm despite the fact that the team is playing catch-up.
And I think he also knows that the task at hand, that Signal is obviously a very strong team. It's an undefeated team that the Volley Hitters are facing. And obviously they have all the momentum and confidence right now. 13 serving 9. The Suyo back sets to Kamag-Anakan. Marasigan got a touch. That attack is short for Espejo. So Diwa will be the one to serve for Vanguard. Asia sends it. It's popped up by Kamag-Anakan. They return it to Jobs. And that drops.
Smart move from Kamag-Anakan.
Signal will challenge that one, hoping to see if Asia got there on time. Coach Dex wanting to review that play. It was actually very close.
It was.
Play ni Asia.
It does seem like, you know, he made it.
But that was Kamag-Anakan dropping the ball. Right, so it's unsuccessful. Parang nagkalituhan din sa side. Nag-celebrate sila eh, no?
Yeah.
but you saw that part of the ball landed.
Yeah, on the floor.
11 serving 13 as action resumes. Sumanggid sends it to Marasigan. Isay. Oh, just a soft touch and it works for Isay Marasigan.
A broken play turned into a point.
Sinimplihan lang, may onting bitin. Enough to hit it off the blockers of Vanguard. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the HD Spikers. Espejo with a serve. Good receive from Abrot. Kamag-anakan.
Oh, but there's a net violation error to be called up against Signal. But that was a good hit from Kamag-anakan. One-hand save from Sumanggid, who has been doing a very good job defending the floor here for Signal.
That was just a bit
It was outside. You know, if you're here watching live, you would think that there's thunder.
Iba yung
Iba yung ano eh. Ugong ng bola pag tinatamaan eh. I mean, that's how, that's how hard these players hit the ball.
So if you can, just try and watch live to appreciate also the men's volleyball. If you have time to visit, of course, the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. We have a good amount of crowd right now. And later on, meron pa nga tayong laban between DNS and Imus. Imus, of course, also a top team to watch here. Right now, only with 1 loss and 5 wins. We reached the second technical timeout. Signal ahead by 3 points, 16-13. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. Signal able to turn things around here in set number 2. They were trailing by 2 points behind Vanguard during the first technical timeout, but they haven't looked back since. Abrot, slight adjustment, able to keep it alive, but that's not enough as Signal gets the point. JP Bugawan will serve now for the HD Spikers. The Suyo sends it to Palisok. Abrot goes up. That's outside for Abrot.
Abrot seems to have not found his groove just yet here in this match. A lot of attack errors.
And that's the number 3 score, by the way. Actually, for Vanguard, Ivy, marami silang, yung Spikers sila are actually part of the top scorers here in the tournament. You have Abrot entering this game. He's the number 2 in terms of scoring alongside Greg Dolor. And then you also have Palisok at number 13. Even Kamag-anakan at number 18. So you know that they can actually deliver the points.
Right, but they've been pretty quiet, So they haven't been making a lot of points out of their attacks, and probably because they have been struggling with their defense.
That's a point for Signal. Lead is now up to 5 points. But they have been silenced by the HD Spikers. Talking about the attackers of Vanguard. And another error there. I think they're going to try to challenge that and ask for a touch. Asking for a block touch from Signal. Right, so they're gonna see if that attack from Palisok touched the blocker of Signal, because the initial call was net lang, 4 touches. And we see the replay now.
Oh, there was a touch. So lucky break here for Vanguard. Good challenge called in, of course. Coach Edget seemed happy about that.
And even Palisok was actually the one who said to try.
Yeah.
Sometimes their view, of course, as the attackers, mas harap-harapan, though it happens so fast. Sometimes they know if there was something up. I think they're clarifying something here, but it should be a point for Vanguard.
Right, because that was an attack by Palisok. The last touch was from the blocker.
I think what they're arguing here is that it should be a replay of the point. Kasi kung tumama naman sa blocker na si Wendell Miguel, pasok naman eh. And it was gonna be a Vanguard touch to receive it. Hindi naman nag-drop yung bola.
Right.
And it wasn't gonna go out. So I think that's what they're trying to argue here.
Let's see what the referee's decision is.
So it's Vanguard who will serve.
Yeah, we just, unfortunately, we cannot hear what the referee was trying to say and explain. But so it will be Vanguard's ball.
15 serving, 19 action resumes. Asia goes to Torres. And Brot able to deny that attack.
Much needed block here for Vanguard. You know, more than the point, I think what Vanguard really needs is a boost of motivation just to keep the energy flowing inside their court.
Right.
Pretty much, we don't see much. There's really not a lot of aggressiveness on the side of the Vanguard.
Someone needs to start the fire for
Right.
Vanguard and spearhead that charge. But with that service error, they will not be able to build on that point or that block point of Abrot.
No, Vanguard is just 4 points down, so this is still something that they can win. You know, they can still catch up with this. But of course, very important is that they do not commit any errors.
Well, kanina in set number 1, they only scored 16. Right now, they've scored or have scored more than that. And as you mentioned, just 3 points behind. Definitely within striking distance here behind Signal. And now is the right time to pounce for Vanguard. Asia. That's sent back. Espejo. Rejected once again, and the blocking of Vanguard has been on point here at this part of set number 2.
And you know, if they have their blocking going, it's really making it difficult for Signal. So that could be an advantage on the side of Vanguard.
Timeout called by Coach Dex Clamor as we listen in to the Signal huddle.
Oh, diskarte. Meron ka ulit 5 tsaka 8. Dalawa lang masyadong dikit yan. Hindi pwedeng ganyan. Ha? Oh, sistema tayo. Last 5 balls. Tapos natin ng maayos. Go, go, go.
Signal.
Timeout called by the HG Spikers. Coach Dex just giving a few reminders to stick to the system. They only need 5 points to take a 2-set advantage. Asia sends it to Espejo once again, and this time he scores.
Espejo soaring over the blockers. Good cross-court hit. And again, the libero was in position, but that ball was just too fast, you know? He just needed one step in order to get the ball.
Change here for Signal, I believe the first one. Or aside from the setter kanina, no? This is another substitution as Faitarin checks in. That is outside for Abrot.
Too much power. May gigil lang konti doon sa palo niya ni Abrot. I think he really wanted, you know, to get that kill.
Faitarin with the serve. Suyo sends it to Kamag-anakan. It ricochets and it's back with Signal. Miguel able to read that one. Here comes Marasigan, the off-speed. Easily read. Signal with a chance to have a clean attack. They send it there to Espejo, but again, saved by Abrot. Miguel pops it up. Marasigan ulit. Then that drops.
One of the better sequences also that we have seen in this game. Good defense being shown by both of these teams.
Right, good sequence, long rallies. But a timeout right now for Vanguard.
Diba, saan mo nakita, saan ka nag-guide ng pwesto mo, ba't ka pumunta agad dito, diba? Tignan mo muna yung pwesto ng locker. Ano ba pinag-usapan nyo? Sarado down. Pagka sarado down, ba't pumunta ka dito? Di ba dapat nandun ka? Oh, sige lang, sige. Go, basa lang muna bago galaw. Basa, bago galaw, ha? Go.
Vanguard, they were only 3 points behind Signal just a few minutes ago, but the HG Spikers able to get a couple of points right now, just needing 2 to win set number 2. Suyo sends it to Kamag-anakan. Asia to Espejo. And again, Mark Espejo getting the point and sending Signal to set point.
How do you stop Mark Espejo? And everybody is in position. You know, it's just this ball is too fast.
Pagpasok ni Faitarin, hindi na siya umalis sa service line.
And he's been doing a good job also being consistent there at the service line. Very costly error.
We end set number 2 with an error from Suyo. It's the Signal HG Spikers taking a 2-set advantage over the Vanguard volley hitters. And 25-19 will be the final score of the second set. We'll be back with set number 3 here on One Sports Plus. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference live on One Sports Plus. Set 2 highlights. It was a bit of a different start for Vanguard. Nabawasan nila relatively yung kanilang errors, Ivy. But again, Signal knowing exactly what to do at the midpoint mark, where they took over against Vanguard.
That's right. You know, a better performance on the side of Vanguard here. Set number 2, we've seen more aggressive defense at the net, which was actually what they needed against Signal. But then again, you know, they still need to work on those attacks because they still have to create more opportunities for them to earn the points. And Signal's floor defense was very much on point here in set number 2. You know, Vanguard gave them a hard time, pero talagang they managed to keep everything alive. As we take a look at the numbers, and this is what I'm trying to talk about, you know. Vanguard played better here in set number 2, but the attack points they only had was only 6 as compared to 13 of Signal. And they did very well at the net with 3 block points, and that actually made it quite difficult or more challenging on the side of Signal.
Right.
So the errors, well, this is still significantly big if we really think about it, but better, I guess, compared to set number 1. And everybody, both teams did well. They're better at the service line in set number 2, so which says a lot. But, you know, Vanguard definitely has it in them, you know, to give Signal a run for their money.
Right. We talked about the numbers and what happened in set number 2. Set number 3 underway in just a bit. We thank you again for joining us here on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco, Ivy Remulla calling this match, with Dorin Suay Baguio giving us the updates and reports. Ivy, 2 sets na ang lamang ng Signal, and set number 3, totally new lineup for Coach Dex Clamor. We talked about it na possibly he will be using his bench. At ito na, bago na lahat ng players on the floor.
That's right. So opportunity for the rest of the team, you know, to show what they've got here. But of course, they're not taking Vanguard lightly as well.
So you have Injiga, who gets that attack. But
Everybody a bit too cold. Just a little cold.
for Signal, you have Injiga, you have Bonono, you have Arriesgado, and also Valbuena, alongside Sandy Montero and EJ Casania. Casania sends it to Arriesgado. Same with Vanguard, they've made a couple of changes as well. This time it's short for Arriesgado. It's 3 straight points for the Volley hitters.
These points, of course, care of the errors of Signal.
Casania, papabawiin si Arriesgado, and finally that works. First point of the match. I believe Godfrey Arriesgado celebrated his birthday a couple of days ago. So a belated happy birthday to him in the first point. But Vanguard able to answer right back. For serving 1. Looks like they're feeding the ball to Arriesgado a lot here in set number 3.
I think really giving him that confidence that he needs.
One of the few new players of Signal here in this conference. Surely been wanting to give him the spotlight, but Tolentino able to get another point for Vanguard. Looks like Vanguard playing with more urgency here in set number 3.
A better start for them. Good serve. Good pass as well from Signal.
Bonono is blocked.
Good defense from Vanguard.
And that's a 4-point lead now for the Volley hitters. I believe their biggest so far in this entire match. Abrot will serve. Casania able to save it. Bonono goes up, and down it goes. Jiga will be the one to serve for Signal. Ooh. That's way out. Chard Tolentino now serving 7-3. Casania had to chase. Valbuena will attack. And another point for Vanguard as we reach the first technical timeout. It's a 5-point lead for the volley hitters after this sequence. The rejection from Tolentino. And the point, or rather the rejection from Sorio. And we reach the first technical timeout, 8-3 in favor of Vanguard.
Being in a team full of the most known players in the Philippine men's volleyball scene, Isay Marasigan says that pushes him even further to play at a high level. As a team captain, Isay says that something he credits to his Ateneo background are his leadership skills and discipline. He says that these two things, paired with his familiarity with the Signal players, allow him to know how to approach the players best when adjustments have to be made. Besides a championship, of course, here in the Spikers turf, one thing Isay hopes to achieve with Signal is to have a podium finish in an international league, which Dip and Ivy is something the team is already planning to do in the near future. Your thoughts, guys?
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, Signal, of course, is capable, I believe, of getting a medal internationally. But for them, no, this is the task at hand. And it's nice that they're able to send players, yung mga second unit, third stringers nila, to have some play time and gain more experience.
That's right. Definitely, of course, if they would like to bring this internationally, then you would really have to make sure that everyone in your pool and everyone in your team can really be fielded in any time.
Tsaka maganda nga yung mix na nabanggit sa atin ni Doreen, na si Isay Marasigan, of course, is the captain who is very decorated in his collegiate career.
Right.
Played for Ateneo. And a number of championships to his name. So, able to lead this Signal squad, a mix of veterans, a mix of young players, yung mga bago nga, like nakikita natin sila on the floor right now. Ooh. That was Pugawan with the attack, but kept alive by Vanguard. Sorio's attack was sent back as well. And better energy coming from the volley hitters.
Good down the line hit. Nobody from Signal to defend that.
Casania goes to Valbuena. Picked up by Abrot. De Suyo. Again to Sorio with the adjustment. Casania goes to Bonono with a tip.
Oh, that's a violation, lifting violation. But that was good effort, you know, to keep the ball alive.
This was the tip by Bonono, which ended up as a point for Signal. And he will be the one to serve his team down by 6 points. Tolentino. Naiangat ni Bonono. Here comes Arescado. Stretching his arms. And again, similar to what happened in the previous play, Hindi lang na ibabalik ng Vanguard.
Oo.
They're right there. Kaso nagkakailangan lang sa dulo.
Let's take a look at that once again. Almost a good save.
6 serving 11. Good serve for Bonono. De Suyo. The runner.
No blocker there.
Para kay Almanon does not work. Valbuena's attack drops.
Miscommunication in the defense on the side of Vanguard.
And that's 3 straight points now for the HD Spikers, making a run of their own. With the help of the tape of the net. Bonono continues to serve 7-11. De Suyo going back to Sorio. Who soars and scores.
That down the line hit has been working very well for Sorio.
And may onting hype from the bench when Sorio came in actually. These are some of the players who don't see a lot of action for Coach Edget Mabayan, but they're making the most out of their playing time right now. Tolentino.
A good run here from Vanguard. And what's good about it, you know, you see more positive body language on the side of the volley hitters. More smiles inside the court as opposed to set number 1 and set number 2.
But that error from Sorio gives a free point to Signal. Still a 5-point lead though for the Vanguard volley hitters. Bugawan now serving for Signal. De Suyo again to the running attack from Almanon.
And this time he gets the set that he wants, a more cleaner attack for Almanon.
He's not even the tallest, no,
Right.
but he likes that running attack.
He's actually one of the shorter middle blockers that we see here in the league, but he's got the leap though.
Arriesgado. Popped up by Vanguard. Montero was there for the pickup. Here comes Valbuena. And that's inside for Alfred Valbuena. Good serve for Casania. De Suyo. Montero able to put it up, but the Jigha was hard to control for him. So the lead still at 6 points for Vanguard. That's outside. Para kay Almanon. Arriesgado will be the one to serve for the HD Spikers. De Suyo back sets. The dive by Montero. And it's still alive, but it's outside.
That was a good save on the side of a Signal.
And we reach the second technical timeout, with Vanguard ahead by 6 points over the Signal HD Spikers. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. If you just tuned in, Signal is ahead by 2 sets. But here in set number 3, itong Vanguard ahead by 6. And Jighag getting a point. But because we started set number 3, Coach Dex opted to field in some of his bench players.
That's
and
right.
Obviously, malamig pa sila Ivy when they came in.
Right, and Vanguard on the other hand naman took opportunity, no?
Yes.
Knowing na medyo, yun nga, malamig pa rin tong squad ng Signal.
Pero may dalawang starters na ibinalik itong si Coach Dex and Wendell Miguel and JP Bugawan.
Well, you know, I think despite the factor whoever was been fielded either the side of Signal, but Vanguard is actually moving more confidently, which is not what we've seen in set number 1 and set number 2.
Yung mga pinasok din ni Coach Edget na maganda yung binigay na energy here in set number 3. And Bonono able to get that through. Valbuena serving 12-17. Desuyo. Well, Nathan Sorio has been scoring in bunches here in set number 3.
I know, so far the blockers have not yet been able to figure him out.
6 points ang abante ng Vanguard. Casania goes back row to Miguel. Medyo masikip on the part of Vanguard. Chance here for Signal. Casania goes middle to Bugawan for the kill.
Bugawan just flying over everybody.
A couple of subs again for Coach Dexter. Asia back in the game. Isay Marasigan checking in as well. They will replace Valbuena and Casania.
Coach Dexter wants to make sure he has 3 for full front line here.
Right. And it's all the starters for Signal. Second try for Vanguard. They go back to Sorio. And he scores off the block. And what you like about Vanguard is just, I'm sure they're not looking at the score right now. Yung sets, down by 2 sets, but they're just playing their game and trying to score as many points.
Excellent hit from Miguel. Let's take a look at that once again. Down the line hit.
Bugawan will serve for Signal. 14-19. Can they break this 5-point lead? No. It ups to 6 with that service error from Bugawan. Vanguard just needing 5 points to steal a set. Asia.
And if they do get that, it's going to be the first set loss for Signal.
That's right. Signal has yet to drop a set. But also, itong mga ganitong instances, no, that's why Coach Dex puts in these players to get that experience, to know how to handle these types of situations.
That's right. Because even if Signal is actually up by 2, you know, the game is not yet finished. You know, they still have to get that 1 set. And of course, as a team that is trying to play catch up, there's no pressure on the side of Vanguard. And they've been actually playing better right now.
Right. As it stands, Signal has won 20 sets so far in the tournament and hasn't dropped one. Asia goes for the 1-2 play. Naiangat ng Vanguard. Free ball ang binigay. Asia goes to Jighag again, and that works. It's a 5-point lead once again for Vanguard. And Mark Espejo is called to the court. I'm sure they're aware also of the record that they're holding, no? Na wala pa silang
Oh,
drop.
of course.
Dinadrop na set. Kaya naman pinapasok na ni Coach Dexter yung mga starters. Ang tanong, it's been a while also since they went on the court. Kaya to si Espejo nagpapapawis because they've been on the bench for quite some time now.
So medyo malamig. And malamig pa naman dito sa loob din syempre
Right.
ng arena.
A quick timeout was called by Vanguard. I'm sure not needing any instructions because tama naman yung ginagawa nila so far. They don't need to change anything here in set number 3. But the question is, can they keep doing that now that the starters are back for Signal? Except for Peter Torres and Casania.
You know, very obvious, of course, Signal has a taller roster, a taller lineup as compared to Vanguard. Kaya talaga dominating at the net itong Signal.
16 serving 21. Miguel on deck to serve.
Good pass.
Still alive, Espejo gives up a free ball. De Suyo chooses to back set it, the dive by
Oh,
Sumanggit.
but there's a net violation error from Injiga, but that was a good save from Sumanggit. Coming out of nowhere. Very good read from Sumanggit.
6 points ang hinahabol ng HC Spikers. Vanguard only needing 3 to take a set away from the HD Spikers. And Jigha, binawi yung error a while ago.
Good redemption from Injiga.
He will be the one to serve for Signal.
Very important service, of course.
17 serving 22. De Suyo goes middle, rejected by Bugawan. And that's back-to-back points for Signal.
That set was a bit too low.
So Njigha returns to the service line to serve for the HT Spikers. 18-22, a float of a serve, and it's out.
So Vanguard just need 2 more points and be the first team to steal a set from Signal if this turns out well.
But Tolentino's serve is short. Apat ang hinahabol dito ng Signal.
As this is going to be a test of grits for Signal.
Timeout called by Vanguard as we listen in.
Diskarte mo lang. Ano nangyari? Sige lang. Simulan nyo lang, ha? Ganda lang ng pasa. Pasa lang, Rex. Go. Pasa lang.
So set 3 resumes here. Signal behind by 4 again. They haven't dropped a set the entire tournament. 20 sets won so far and none dropped for the HD Spikers as Asia serves. De Suyo goes there to Sorio, who has been denied. Kanina gumagana yung mga atake, but nababasa na ng Signal.
That was an excellent block and well read here by Signal. You see, Sawyer doesn't really have a very high reach. So talagang timing ang importante sa kanya.
3 points ang hinahabol ng HD Spikers. Asia has to serve steadily. Oh, poor reception. And this will be a free ball given up. Asia chooses Espejo with the kill.
How do you stop that? You only have one blocker going up against Espejo. A lot of space for him to choose.
21 serving 23. Asia with another steady serve. Desuyo goes middle. It's back with the Signal side. Espejo easily picked up by Vanguard. Sorio sends Vanguard to set point.
Sorio apologizing. Let's take a look at that attack. Down the line hit once again. You know, this is his down the line has been working very well for Vanguard.
24 serving 21. Asia pops it up to Espejo, and again he scores.
If you need to score a point, of course, who do you go to but Mark Espejo? And now he's at the service line. So we have to remember that set number 1 and set number 2, every time Marcus Espejo is at the service line, Vanguard is having a difficult time,
Right.
trying to get a good first ball.
Tignan natin dito, but he opts to go for the safe one. Desuyo. It's sent back to Vanguard. Sorio ulit, and he is blocked.
Bugawan and Marasigan knew that the set would only go to Sorio. There was no other option and no other choice, and this time around, they had him roofed.
Espejo will serve once again, 23-24. This time he goes for the high risk of a serve. Desuyo, bump set. It's still good. Espejo with the setup to Marasigan. It's popped up by Vanguard. Sorio ulit is blocked. It's a block party out here for the AC Spikers. And they have climbed all the way back to square things up at 24 all.
That's right, good comeback from Signal. And, Sorio is actually a marked man. I think they should really go to other attackers at this point.
Chow sa the net.
Ball still alive.
Almanon, the dive by Sumanggid. Asia sends it to Miguel. And down it goes. What a rally for the Signal HD Spikers. Oh, you're right though, Ivy. They kept going to Sorio and nabasa na siya ng Signal.
In fact, the blockers of Signal are already waiting there in front of Sorio. And you have to remember, Sorio doesn't really have a very high reach, so very little yung dadaanan ng bola.
And a service ace to cap this one off. And the Signal HD Spikers complete the comeback here in set number 3. Pinakabalang tayo, Ivy. Pinakahaba pa yung laro.
But what a comeback from Signal, because they really had to climb a lot. They were down by as much as how many points.
There are a lot of emotions. Natatawa. Natutuwa. But at the end of it all, Signal winning this one in straight sets. 26-24 in set number 3. Down by as big as 7, I believe. But we will be back to wrap this one up here on One Sports Plus.
Check, 1, 2, 3. Check. Okay na.
Mic test, 1, 2, 3, mic test. That last set probably gave the Signal HD fans a scare, but the Signal HD Spikers remain undefeated this conference. And I'm here, the best player of the game, Mark Espejo. Mark, let's talk about that third set. Muntik nang makuha ng Vanguard. Ang first dropped set nyo this conference. What did you guys tell each other para mailaban nyo at mahabol nyo yung third set?
Nung nasa labas nga kami first six, parang pinag-iisipan namin parang kung ano nangyayari. Pero since nung binalik kaming first six, parang sinabi ni Isay nung isang point namin na parang it's time na ilabas namin yung pinagpa-practice namin na 4-1. So yun, masaya ako na kung ano yung pinag-practice namin, nailabas namin sa game.
I heard by fluke ka last week. Paano yung naging recovery mo that allows you to play at this high level na konti lang yung time na lumipas since that fluke?
Paano ba? Siguro, it's all in the mind lang talaga. Parang, noong time na nagkasakit ako, parang saktong nag-deload din yung program ko. So talaga nagkataon lang din. And happy ako na nung wala ako, nag-contribute yung mga iba kong teammates.
Well, thank you and congratulations, Mark. And to the Signal HD Spikers, back to you, Ivy and Dip.
Thank you, Doreen. There you have it. Mark Espejo, best player of the game. Built to last despite all what he is feeling. Under the weather man yan. Hahabol man sila, down by 6 points. Pero kinaya ni Mark Espejo and company. Set 3 highlights, titignan natin yung nangyari dun, Ivy. We mentioned totally new lineup to start set 3 for Signal. Halos lahat galing sa bench, malamig. For Vanguard though, not to take anything away from them because they took advantage of what happened there.
That's right, because they saw that the squad that has been filled in to start set number 3, they're still trying to feel themselves.
Yeah.
So sila naman, since mainit na sila, they took opportunity, they took advantage of that. And you see nga, they've been attacking better, they've been defending better. So it was actually a good third set to start off with Vanguard. But yun na nga, it's always about the end game and how you're able to sustain it. But and at that end, it was Signal, who had a better chance at a better performance rather at ending the set. And here we can see the numbers: 17 attack points for Signal. The blocking, ito yung sinasabi natin, the Vanguard really did better defending the net. 3 block points, just 1 less dito para kay Signal. The errors for both of these squads, better numbers we're seeing here because hindi na double digits, di ba? Pero, I think it has always been the errors that has cost, in either of these teams. That talaga, either you had to play catch up or you lose the set. So, better performance for Vanguard, but a very outstanding comeback naman para dito sa Signal.
Right. As you mentioned, natapos ng Signal in straight sets. They haven't dropped a set. They're still undefeated at 7-0 at the top of the team standings. Up next, we have the VNS Griffins going up against the City of Imus here in our coverage of One Sports Plus. On behalf of our courtside reporter, Doreen Suway Baguio, my partner, Ivy Remulla, my name is Dip Dipianco saying thank you for watching the Spikers Surf 2023 Open Conference.